And it's once again my honor and pleasure to be here with you trading live the EU markets here in Trader Tom's trading room. Now, the disclaimer: this is no financial advice. Trading involves risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Always conduct your own research before trading. This stream and its recording is for educational purposes only. This stream is covered by the stipulations set out on the website tradertom.com, tradertom.com/disclaimer. All right. So, let's take a look at the DAX. I will quickly trade the espresso with you, and then we look a little bit at the bigger picture. So yeah, this is also the first stream after the L. Brooks Macau event break, where Tom and his team went. I was also part of that entourage, and I tried last week on Wednesday to stream from Macau, but the hotel Wi-Fi just it was just possible. it was already possible. You can see the recording of that. It is what it is. So these boxes have a height of 18 points, which I use just to space out the offset for the espresso. Markets open in 2.5 minutes. Large gap down. Yesterday, DAX printed a red bar on the daily chart. So let's see if we see some continuation of this downtrend. Sizable gap down. So today I will try, and for that reason, and after the espresso, I will have time to explain you. I will try to catch a runner today to stay short. Yesterday was a trend day. After the market was range bound for a long while, around Q2 11 or so, and finally broke down. Also the US indices. I was short the Dow Jones. We don't need to see continuation today. Trend days only happen 20% of the time, but we might as well be prepared for that. So placing a long order. Placing a short order. Might need to adjust that. Oh, that was dangerous. Okay. Almost got filled here. Okay. And we're open. Ooh. Okay. Using roughly 60 points stop loss. If you get filled on the long side, I rather want to take quick profits. Get filled on the short side, I want to try and stay in. So let's see whether that happens. Seen there that last push down right before the open, the last couple seconds, I almost got filled on my short order. And I had to adjust, hence my update there, short at 25,277. Looks like bears are in control. See if we get a fill. Certainly almost there.
Order filled.
Now we short the DAX. Short the DAX on Espresso. DAX. So delete the long order. So we short the DAX. I show you why I want to be short the DAX, because this is the daily chart, and as you can see, this is a January high here, January top, and this is here a top. This is a higher top, so a higher high, double top, right? And if you're familiar with the fishing technique of Tom, that means the bar that closes below the bar that made that new high here, yeah, issues a sell signal. A sell signal yeah, and believe it or not, the target is where the market came from. So where does it come from? From all the way down here, or from here where it made that top. Definitely already a couple points in profit. Let's take a look at the FTSE. Oh, FTSE is very red. Very red too. Usually this would issue a buy signal, but given the overall weakness of the DAX, I will not act upon it. Maybe to my detriment. This is just a little bit too, too crazy of a 5-minute bar. also tempted to short the FTSE, but I'm happy with focusing on the DAX. So with 54 points in profit, so almost 70 points in profit. Let's move stop loss to break even. So stop loss to break even in the DAX. So, and now let's hope for a runner, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to take, I don't know, 65, 70 or whatever points, be my guest. I showed you what I was looking for and why. So let's hope for a runner and maybe add later to it, maybe on the school run. Let's hope that we don't get stopped out. That's the name of the game, right? So I like to have my trades risk-free. I think with 73 points, 75, 80 points. Oh, Tom is writing, looking good, Andy. Hey! So, don't know what this is, but definitely I will put a little marker here. Was this a, yeah. So, Macau is, I mean, that is not mainland China. That is an island or a tiny little province for Chinese standards next to Hong Kong. So you typically fly to Hong Kong, and then when you go to Macau, you drive over a bridge for 45 minutes that is across the water. And in the middle of the ocean, it suddenly changes to a tunnel, so under the water, and then it exits out again and continues as a bridge. And then there are immigration checkpoints. It's absolutely crazy. And then you're in Macau, and you see high-rise apartment buildings, but also hotels, casinos mostly. So gambling is obviously allowed there, and it's that looks like a copy of Las Vegas. And I've never been to Las Vegas, right? I only know that from American movies, but you have there hotels that resemble sightseeing structures that you would find in Europe, like the Big Ben or the Eiffel Tower, or Venice in Italy, with a channel around and gondolas, and there's the fountains that play to the music and things like that, right? So it's absolutely crazy. And those hotels, they are ginormous, like endless floors. You walk and walk and walk and get easily lost. And at the heart of each ground floor is a proper casino, and the hotels are built in a way that you don't need to exit them. So there's everything in there, including shopping malls, where you can buy stuff for your gambling gains, if you had them. There's food courts and all kinds of restaurants and gym, of course, all of that stuff. So absolutely stunning, right? How cool that is. So I personally, I don't gamble. Some might argue that trading is gambling. I have a different view on that. But yeah, so that was basically the setting. So one of those big hotels also has conference facilities, and in there was that Al Brooks event. You had there Al Brooks himself. Then the two Tims were there, and another gentleman, I forgot the name. And Tom, of course. And they were also commenting on the markets, giving presentations, and also live trading. I have to say that Tom is just, even if it's shitty hotel Wi-Fi and everything, he will just trade big size and not be fearful and just press his winners. And he delivered quite some points on markets that he's not so familiar with, like the Hang Seng, Hong Kong index, the Japanese Nikkei, and the Aussie index, right? So to me, I was sitting there in the back, so we got as part of Tom's entourage, we got there some tables. They were reserved for us. That was very very nice of the organizers. So we could sit there, have our laptops, and I also tried my best to trade the Asian indices, because it's 6 hours time difference, right? And what can I say? The Aussie index not so much, but the Japanese and the Hong Kong index, they move, man. They just move a lot. It's absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So we are, I don't know, something like 90 points in profit or so. What can happen is, after a too good to be true, juicy bear bar on the 15-minute chart, once that closes at its low, there might be some profit taking, right? You might see there a large pullback, and just be mindful of that the stop loss is not above. It's somewhere here in the upper half, maybe first third or something like that, right? So it might not be enough buffer. I'm just trying to stay in here, but you do whatever you want. Just be mindful of the close, right? That is even pulling back right now. That I might get stopped out for zero. And some might not like the idea of points getting pissed away like that. But as I said, today is for me, even though we will stream about for 90 minutes or something like that, I will certainly answer all your questions. But I'm trying to catch a runner today, for the reasons that I've stated. Maybe we will end up in a trading range. Maybe we have, look, the first bar negative in the FTSE already. FTSE claiming back some territory. It is what it is. So 15-minute closing now. Let's see if we see some continuation. We reverse back up. If we make a new low, I might want to add to this position. So the low is 76.9. 3 or something like that. If we get there, I would want to sell short again. See that the current 15-minute bar is trading inside the first 15-minute bar, but so far then the lower half. Let's see how it goes. Usually when I trade with you, I have to say that I'm not 100% my real trading self. I'm always mindful of people watching me. That's why I don't dare to trade bigger. Not that I trade very big size anyway, but certainly a little bit more than that. That's one thing, and I also have always the yeah, you know, it's part art and part performance, and you want to certainly deliver some results within the time that we spend together. And also, I'm a guest on this channel, and then posting updates on Telegram that are mixed with Tom's. So I really, you know, try to contain it. But then you also never really see me practicing what I preach, like letting your winners run, adding to your winning positions, things like that, right? So we are about to short the DAX again. I'm not sure if 60-point stop loss is enough. No. We have to see. So, what was the entry? 25, 171, 25, 171.8. Yeah, the problem that I have is if I use a wider stop. So we try with a little bit above. Yeah, a little bit above. So I put the stop loss at 25 to 38.6. So certainly here was some overnight market high, right? It's still here a little bit above the, here I want to put it at the body of the 2nd of July opening candle here. Yeah, really where it opened. Aggressive school run is triggering another short. I will delete that for now. So this looks really good. So yeah, just to come back to my my original thought. So I believe it's also my my duty as an trader slash educator to also demonstrate some of the things that I preach, and that's not always easy in those 90 minutes. So today I want to at least reach this here as a target with you. That would be very lovely. I don't see a reason why not. We certainly add support here, but this recent structure started here. And if you get down there, it's also no reason why we wouldn't trade lower. But for the context of what we're trying to achieve here, that's a good idea. Otherwise, I want to refer you back to the daily chart where we had that phishing signal, right? So, and for a target down here, on the daily chart, we could be more ambitious, right? Could be more ambitious. So, but we also need to be mindful that, I know, 135, 130 points in the DAX is quite an achievement. That's not bad at all. If you get a 50 pointer, that's usually very good. 100 points are relatively rare. We have a little bit more because we added to it. Yeah. You guys just be mindful. If you add to it, should you get stopped out, then it hurts as opposed to it's fun, right? You don't need to add 100%. You can add a little bit, or not at all if you don't have developed a feeling for it yet. Yeah. The reason that I added was just simply that we traded below the first 15-minute bar. That was just it. Yeah. Making new lows for the day. So that's it. Could have sold short on close here. A newer low for me felt like the safer bet. However, you see, certainly some resistance here, right? So some old highs. Easily something could happen here. Our stop loss is 105 points away, but from the add-on only 66. So doesn't feel like, when I see the size of this, doesn't feel like a lot of buffer at all. And now the important question is, do I know what's going to happen? Of course not. Ladies and gentlemen, you have to see that at this point, this is not technical analysis. Yes, you can say that. weakness, strong bear bar, blah 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 blah, new lows. Yes, but nobody knows what's going to happen, right? There's support on the chart to the left. I sold into support with my add-on, right? At this point, this is just, you have to understand that this is more philosophy than technicals, right? Here, this is just purely about hoping, right, that the DAX will demonstrate more weakness, hoping that we don't get stopped out on our add-on, hoping that we see more downside. Because if we don't act like that, we will never be in a bigger move, right? We will never catch that runner, because we will always find reasons to get out. And that's really at the heart of it. It's more a philosophy. Yeah. So if there's anything like the Tom Hugart methodology, or whatever you call it, it's certainly that philosophy might be at its core. And not every day the market gives you a chance to demonstrate that. Certainly not for me being with you just once per week, right? So, and when 1 out of 5 days is one of those trend days on average, yeah, that means 4 out of 5 days we have to survive, right? So let's see if we get a close below. If we get a close below, that would be lovely. Then we would certainly have also a screw run sell short signal that I might use for another add-on. If you have 2 consecutive bear bars, first and second 15-minute bar, signal bar, both bear bars, and we are gap down. We closed below yesterday's session, closed below the overnight. That looks very weak, right? It's certainly struggling to push lower, and at one point, yeah, might be a pullback maybe now. So see, already got the first leg. The second leg was shallower. And I have to be very mindful of my add-on here. And there you see also the what happens if your stop is relatively small, you know, and if it doesn't go. So we didn't get that close below, right? So I believe the screw run. Oh, what happened there? Did I place another order? What is this? cover that. So I put another sell short order in below. But I now look, you see that my my add-on is now 50 points in negative. So that means that my position here altogether was over 100 points. It's now down to a mere 15. So. So the case was suddenly not so clear if we got a close below the first 15-minute bar. Then surely that is a sign of a lot of weakness. However, didn't get a close below. And some wick here. Yeah? Now you see. So that's where our philosophy gets us. Just delete those drawings. You see now, instead of winning big, I'm starting to lose. My stop loss is very tight. You could see a 50% retracement and God beware a reversal. Yeah. And the stop loss doesn't even cover the 50% mark. Yeah. So I personally, I would probably be more comfortable with having a stop loss up here. Yeah. But I also don't want to move it back up. Let's just hope. So I placed the sell short order below here. Would be a school run short, clear as day. Came very close to be getting stopped out. Yeah. You see me now switching time frames and zooming in and out. This is, of course, me being a little nervous. Yeah. So if this is a pullback, how deep is it? Will we survive it? Yada, yada, yada. Right? So all those things going through my head. Also being mindful of a Skurang long position that would trigger in case we get stopped out here. The safest bet would have been to watch the close of the second 15-minute bar. Probably get out of the position at close because we didn't manage to close below, right? Yeah, well, I'm not sure what I would do. Should I get stopped out? If I get stopped out here, I would probably close my first position for however much that is. It's still some 40 points there, right? So that's the I can do that automatically via a long order. I just put that slightly above, right? So this, to say, not that easy to perform. So maybe like so. Yeah. Stop loss doesn't matter. This is just I'm short 2. Once gets stopped out, so then I would be short just 1, and a buy order would get me out of the remaining position. Yeah. Would be lovely if this one would now push down and we see a second leg or third leg. And now the philosophy again is, yeah, if you trade like that, you're always going for the jugular, right? Right now there's 50 points on the table. I'm certainly contemplating of just closing that here, because this here has already for 10 minutes has a bull body, which is now pushed down. So I could get my 50 points in the DAX and be done with it. What would you do? Write me a direct message. Let's see. Shall we stay in? Shall we get out? What shall we do? So on trading and gambling, Wim here said that trading is gambling that you can win. Because what you can do is you can exit your position, right? Once there is rien ne va plus on the roulette table, can't do anything. Plus the system is designed that the bank always wins, right? In roulette, you can't just, you know, it's not just red and black. There's also zero. Zero. There's a James Bond movie with a scene in a Macau casino. There was a fight with just James Bond, and the villain was devoured by the gigantic beast that was attraction in the casino, a Komodo dragon. Wow. Was one of the older ones, right? Casino Royale actually was parts of that were filmed here in Karlovy Vary in the Czech Republic, in Hotel Pup. So hey Andy, you're pointing to prices and keeping to just here, this, there. I would bet the majority of us are only listening. Please read out the actual prices. Thank you. Yeah, well. Yeah, can try that. Certainly. But the thing is, brother, if you don't see my chart, even if I was reading out the prices, if you don't have a chart, how would you, in your mind, without seeing the chart, build an image of the structure? So maybe you should look at the chart while listening. Trading is more like what L compares it to chess, always trying to outmaneuver your opponent, bouncing off the prior highs and double top on the 22nd June. Yeah, there's support there on the 1 hour, as I've pointed out. Yeah. I'm not sure I'm in agreement with Al Brooks. I wouldn't compare trading to chess, and I also not thinking of an opponent here. That's simply a market, and millions of transactions happening here in a stock index every minute, literally millions. And I'm not even trading the real deal. I'm trading a synthetic instrument that sits on top. So no, here are just buyers and sellers active. And the majority of orders here, those are just institutions battling it out, right? We just try to read the price action, try to have our stats together in terms of situational analysis, and navigate that to the best of our ability. But let's not pretend we're anywhere, close to moving that thing. Yeah. So 1 minute pulling down now. This could be a reversal pattern, huh? Like a head and shoulders inverted. Huh? Oh, it's good. So the stop loss is above the neckline. So if we trade up here, then setup is definitely invalidated, right? I'm just hoping for a third leg. Carl Bjarne would go for 5,000 points. I think, brother, you are a little bit ambitious here. Maybe look at the daily or weekly or whatever chart, and then just point out just anywhere in history where the DAX was falling 5,000 points. Just show that to me. Stay in and add more. Yeah, I'm trying. But what if it doesn't fall, right? So certainly doesn't look like it right now. Mel Gibson would say hodl. Hodl, hold. Don't know if Mel Gibson trades. Catalin from Romania. Hey, Andy, I put my stop loss above the M5 last candle. Yeah, that is... You wrote that at 9:39. So above here. Oh, fair enough. Good point. But you know, it's also an obvious point. Everybody puts it there, right? Cloud Shiro from Malaysia says stay in. Hold, Andy, hold. FTSE short for to consider. FTSE's... look at that week, first 5 minute bar, and then the first bar negative. Actually, so far would have been in profit. So I'm certainly, my profits are disappearing. Now what I will consider, I will just considering to close that for my average price. If it doesn't fall, then it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, if I was over 100 points in profit, I don't want to lose on this anymore, if that makes sense. So I will probably just...
So I do want to buy here for some reason, but today I've done too much unproductive trade. Here minus 60, minus 30, too much unproductive trade. Minus 27, 27. Only productive trade was 44 and 18, which is around 60 something, right? So what I want to do is, I do want to buy here, but I won't. Because today, if I do buy again, I'll be in kind of over trading. Already 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've already done 12 trades and still no profit. So I don't think I should be doing more. It is down to 501. I was at, how much was I at? I was at 598, probably 91, 91, and down at 500. Right. So I won't take trade anymore. This is all for today. I will today I will probably update till 8, which is till 7, right? I'll have to update this. That's it for today. No more trade. Lost 80 or more.